Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 reaction. Today we have Symbiosis, as requested by Izzy here, who threw up an entire paragraph just describing the overall story of this game and like why things are the way they are. And I guess it's kind of sort of like a Y2K sort of time travel deal. I mean, like, I did read it and I'm therefore aware now of what the story is and why things happen, but I wasn't before, and now I have much more context as to like the world and the why things are happening and how things are progressing. So that helps out a lot. And of course, thank you to Izzy for writing that out to begin with, so I had more of a concrete idea. It's still vague enough that I wouldn't feel like I would be losing something if I do eventually play the game, but it was enough where I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. But now I'm going to listen to Symbiosis and see what this song has in store, which is surprisingly short. It's only just shy of 3 minutes long, so actually works perfect for my time available today. And I guess without further ado, let's go! Okay. Setting some vibes. Oh. I did not expect vocals. Don't know why. There is a world beyond our own, where consciousness can part. Very stripped down. It's pulling you into the story a little bit. There we go. They really like visiting this like post sound. It's like a post indie rock sort of thing going on here. Alt in a way. Almost has a Gorillaz vibe going on, like early Gorillaz. Woo. Great layering on the guitar there. This one's hitting me hard in the vibe department. Ooh, little jazzy interlude there. Hell yeah. This one's like really strong with how subtle it is. Outro with some extra jazz vibe to it. Ooh, and no resolution. Oh, you dirty boy! How dare you! You can't just do me like that. So this one was just vibey, but that also made me want to go listen to the lyrics a little bit closer, read through them, and there were some interesting things in here. I did hear some of the lyrics throughout. I was listening to those, but there were just some connections and lines that I didn't really make sense of until I read through them, and there's just some cool things going on there, like the mention of suede shoes, for example. Suede being a material, shoes obviously being shoes, and that would fit the character Verdun, who I now know about thanks to that comment from Izzy, and yeah, that she would totally be wearing suede shoes. So like her being in that context of like water on the suede shoes, that's the rain. In fact, that entire section of the verse, if you read it out, it sounds really cool, and there's different like meanings for every sentence, and that's the case for the rest of it, but this one especially I really like, with the storm changes the key. That tracks with the story as well. Black Sea rained down on me, that could easily be attributed to all of the rain falling down, so much of it, and the concept of it being seeing black water, or even just seeing it as the Black Sea, which has been seen as a sea of death in the past due to it being a trade route. I don't know if they're getting that deep into it, but it very well could be. But it keeps going with stuff like the TV static in the trees, like that's wind, you know? Like if you were to look at that in a metaphorical way, TV static in the trees is the wind blowing, and that's unchanging despite everything else going on there. It's noisy, but at the same time oddly calming, and nothing will ever change the flow of the wind. So like that's a really cool way to say that. The weight drags me down, emotionally drowned. Of course, after who knows how long of you repeating effectively the same cycle and seeing this sort of thing happen and being a bystander of it all, you would be like, yeah, I'm a little bit tired of constantly seeing this go down. And the song being called Symbiosis, of course, symbiosis meaning like a close relationship with an organic body, like two organic bodies working in tandem for some sort of mutual benefit. You could probably read that as Verdun being in a symbiotic relationship with the whole scenario happening here, this whole reality bending reality that she's in just kind of happening, and her being there is kind of like an anchor to all of time. So that's the way it could be perceived, or you could be reading the line, the synergy of conflict in the brain, as that symbiosis, and that's kind of what they're leaning into. A more direct factor is that like this reality that she's in, she's like struggling to like understand what's happening in here and like the why, and trying to find answers for stuff, as probably a lot of people are in this story, and nobody's entirely sure why. And that's a symbiotic relationship as well. The experiences you have with the ability to perceive what's happening, that is at its core the most symbiotic relationship anything can have, is the brain and the perception of the outside world. So like that could be the entire message here, and it could just get really deep in that way, or all of this is metaphorical. I'm completely off base, but I don't know because I only have the details I've got from Izzy's write-up earlier. So it's like I could be on the right track here, but I could also be in a completely different ballpark for all I know. But given what I do know about this game so far, I would not be surprised if that is the direction they're going and this is the message they're trying to share. It seems very, very likely that this song is talking directly about her and this relationship she has with the world, but also just the way she's perceiving it. It could be a little bit of both. Like that is how she's useful in this story scenario. Maybe that is her symbiosis here. But I think I'll stop yapping because I'm firmly placed in this rabbit hole at this point, and I think if I keep going, I'll keep getting dumber and dumber assumptions out of it. So let me know if I'm close. Let me know what your thoughts are, your assumptions of this song, what your analysis of this story is. If any of you have tried to figure it out yourself, if any of you know what the actual meaning behind any of this is, let me know, and I will of course be reading those comments because I do loves me some lore dumps. But otherwise, if you just like this video and you have another song from Reverse 1999 you want me to get to, leave it in the comments below and I will do my best to get to it as always. And if you like this video and you want to see more stuff from me in the future, you know how to follow me and support me and all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!